This is our final chat session for this course. I'm Professor Benson. I'm recovering from a cold, so my voice is a little bit altered. I'm going to be covering modules 7, 8, 9, and 10. So in module 7, you'll be reviewing various types of evaluation methodologies in the planning of environmental health programs. In module 6, you had a journal that you started in 6.2. In 7.1, you're going to finish that journal. You continue your analysis. You started this. The focus on this journal will be methods used to evaluate the policy, program, project, or intervention selected during module 6. You will now select the evaluation methods for the public health program. Please review the CDC's program evaluation framework. Um, complete part 4, which is module 7, as you see in the worksheets, and then submit it to get full credit. So let's discuss a sample of what your work should look like. So here's a sample of module 7 work. This is actually module 6. And then if you scroll down, you'll see part 4, which is module 7. Idea, program evaluation methods. So this is a section you're going to be completing for module 7 in order to get full credit. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to provide you with a copy of this form. So for final project milestone 3, you're just picking up from milestone 1 and 2. Upon successful completion of the PHE 540 project, you'll be able to describe federal and state regulatory programs, guidelines, and authorities that control environmental health issues, specify approaches for assessing, preventing, and controlling environmental health hazards that pose a risk to human society. So I'm going to go ahead and share another sample so you guys can take a look and see what it looks like. So here's an example of milestone 3, what it should look like. You're going to be doing a comparative study between national and international level strategies. And then moving forward, you're going to be doing a needs and capacity matrix for your issue that you picked in modules 1 and modules 3 and 5. And you have to do a assets map on that as well. And then obviously you have to include references for your work. So if you need me to send this to you, I'll be more than happy to send it if you're not quite sure on how to complete the task. Okay, for module 8, the focus is on the concept of environmental justice and its focus on fair treatment and meaningful involvement of the vulnerable population community in the public health program planning, implementation, and evaluation process. There's discussion board that you have to do and this is on um, this consider the disease burden from having a dirty water supply as described in CDC's global killer webpage, and read one of the articles mentioned. Then respond to all of the following items. So you're going to be responding to globalization and disease burden. Summarize your chosen article by explaining the aspects of the scenario that relate to globalization. Coalition building strategies. You're going to be looking at health equity, identifying stakeholders for a coalition, and strategies for a coalition. Make sure you use in-text citations as applicable, and don't forget to include peer responses. And here's a sample of what your discussion board should look like. Keep in mind the wording. This is top section, this globalization disease burden should be about 100 words, and the other one should be about 200 words. For module 9, this module will focus on the tools and techniques public health professionals may use in achieving environmental justice. Also in module 9, you'll complete the final research and analysis of your final project, so milestone 4 in this case. Since you did milestone 1 in module 3, milestone 2 in module 5, milestone 3 in module 7, and this is milestone 4, or as it's called, the final project. Incorporate the feedback that I gave you from the previous milestones, that's modules 3, 5, and 7, and completing your module 9 work. So you'll identify an environmental chemical hazard that impacts a community's health, which you've already done. And your course project will result in the completion of a health risk assessment and strategic plan for environmental health. If you guys need a sample of it, I'll be more than happy to email you. But for this, one important thing is for your module 9, you need to submit module 3, module 7, 5, and module 7 work. So basically milestones 1, 2, and 3 and 4 can be combined into one, should be combined into one. Or if you can't combine it, do milestone 1 and 2, and then do milestone 3 and 4 into one. So you submit anywhere from 1 to 2 documents, is what I'm trying to say, for module 9. Module 10, you will share your thoughts on what you've learned during the course. If you want to talk about how it applies to your job, go ahead and do so. If you want to talk about how it's helped you gain an understanding of environmental health, go ahead and do so as well. If you want to talk about how it'll help you in the future, perhaps you want to be a teacher, you want to become a public health officer, you can talk about how this course has impacted you. So with that, Sal, do you have any questions?
Morning, doctor. Hope you're well. Yeah, so you said you had some samples. Will you send those samples out?
Sure. Which ones do you need for modules?
8
7 is
and
done.
I'm sorry?
But
Yeah,
well,
7 is done.
yeah,
So you said you had samples for 8 and 9?
8 is the discussion board, so you can go back and review it and pause it. Just look at the sample. I don't have an actual sample. The sample is in this presentation I'm giving now. But 9, I have an actual document that I can send to you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 you'll send.
And
and
8,
8
yeah, you can go back and listen to this because I'm gonna
Okay.
post a link of this in the chat.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and you can go back and pause it, and you can see module 8 discussion board.
Now, due in module 9 will be the completed project of milestone 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 being the second part of the worksheet that we completed this past week, correct?
No, you got confused with 6.2 and 7.1. That's completely different. That's a separate thing. Milestone 1 is in module 3. Milestone 2 is in module 5. Milestone 3 is in module 7. And milestone 4, or the final project, is module 9.
Oh, right. So milestone 4, if I'm understanding this correctly, and I just want to make sure I'm clear, milestone 4, due in module 9, is basically compiling 1, 2, and 3 and putting them in one successive document with all the references addressing comments that you made in the graded rubrics, correct?
Exactly.
Now,
You got it.
if there was, okay, so how can I put this? If all my comments were positive that I received from you, then I can just submit everything as compile it all together and submit it as is.
Yes, obviously doing module 9.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to
In
make
other
sure
words,
that
yeah, if you got an A in modules 3, 5, and 7, then you don't have anything to worry about. You just compile them. And then obviously you want to get an A in module 9, so you do module 9. And you compile them. Yeah,
okay. I'm smiling because you're making my life easier.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for the questions. Post this recording in the announcements, and anybody who wants to go back and listen to them can listen to them. And if you need samples of what module 9 should look like, go ahead and let me know. But I'll send you the samples, Sal.
The samples are very useful. They're
Yes.
very, very useful, and I appreciate it greatly.
Okay. All right, Sal. Well, you have a good day. Thanks for
You
coming.
too, and have a great weekend, Doctor.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye bye.